check. Is this us? I think it's us. Let me check Twitter. Nice, it actually worked. It didn't work the first time. Let me mute myself here. So, yesterday, we built the... Oh, no more leaks today. We built the beginning of our smart contract vault here. We don't have any tests. I don't even know if it compiles yet. I see some little errors here. Honestly, it became a little bit more complicated than I would have liked, but the flow is there pretty much in this. Where is it? Our main function here is deposit. If I can find it, here it is, deposit. And yeah, the TLDR is deposit ETH, swap half of it for Pengu, and add it to a liquidity pool and stake it. Then we have this flywheel effect where you earn rewards for depositing that liquidity and staking it, and then you use those rewards to earn more ABX tokens. Use those ABX tokens to stake. To vote for your liquidity pool and earn more ABX tokens. Use those to vote for your liquidity pool, which makes you earn more tokens in this kind of never-ending flywheel. So that is what we want to build today. I think the next steps, contract looks decent. I don't know what this might just be like an IDE thing. Sometimes it gets a little confused with other contracts, but we'll see. Let's actually just try and compile this just to see if we're off to a good start today. So change directory into contracts, and let's try and build this thing. Okay, so it's actually an error. Let me open up Claude. Claude's getting a good run for his money today. Boom. This is the future of engineering right here. Get error, put it into Claude, fix error. Please fix, make no mistakes. So yeah, the goal today is fix up the contract first of all. Let's make some tests. We're gonna fork mainnet and do some tests to test the flow, make sure our core flow works, and then we can start to build out the front end. I was looking at some interesting things from ShadCN registries yesterday. This site, I believe it was, registry.directory. Maybe not this one. Yeah, I think it was this. And it actually has like a lot of blocks that you can copy. The one I liked was this one, I think. Where it has like a ton of blocks that you can copy. So we can just basically steal the front end from someone else. Something like this. Or at least give this stuff to AI so that we can not have to build the front end ourselves. I think this looks pretty sick, like stuff like this. Go to templates. These are paid templates, but I think the components are actually free, so we can basically just steal these components, and that's the plan. We're gonna fix up the contract, and then we're going to build out the front end once we have the test to make sure it actually works. Cool. All right, so back to Claude here. What do we have? This is not looking like what I wanted. Calculates the greatest tick value. Why do we have to... Oh, you can't see the full screen here, can you? Let me fix that up. No more leaks today. No dark mode leaks. No portal leaks. Nothing. Okay, it's not... Maybe I'll move this over here. Make it a little bit clearer. Okay, so why do we have to have this in the main contract? I thought we had it copy pasted from Uniswap contracts in one of our libraries. Please check. So yeah, we'll fix this up, then we'll move over to our tests, because our tests are currently completely empty. And then once we have tests, basically to verify the logic, it's not going to be perfect, like not going to be audited, production ready stuff, but we can start to build out the front end to match what we write in our tests. So the tests are going to basically just check the core logic. Just realized I didn't click start live stream on Abstract, but we are now live. We're live on Twitter on Abstract. Let's go. So yeah, that's the plan. And I think for me, at least, the front end's more interesting because you can actually kind of visualize what's going on. Especially if you're a non-dev, like looking at this coding stuff is kind of confusing. Sure, that looks good. Yes, sir. Try build it. See if it compiles this time. Compiler unsuccessful. Why is this not working now? Oh, I'm in the wrong directory here. I see. See if it's happy with us now. Okay, looks good. I think if I close it and reopen it, yeah, there we go. Nice. All right. So now I think we're ready for tests. So basically I'm going to start a new Claude thing here. Let's say /new conversation, move this guy over. Let's close everything else. And basically I want to come up, I'm going to move into plan mode. And now our contract seems to be mostly ready. Let's come up with a thorough testing strategy. I want you to consider integration tests, unit tests, etc., etc. Follow best practices for security to check for common exploits as well as core functionality. Basically, I want this to be the step before we build the app. So we should mimic common user flows too. Present me a plan of attack for creating these tests. Yo, Windsor, yeah, we're back. I kind of want to build the whole thing on stream. I think that would be pretty funny. See if we can do it. I think it's going to take a little bit longer than expected, but yeah, I think it'll be fun to build together. Hopefully we'll get some front-end stuff today, so be a bit more exciting to see like what's going on in the UI. If we get there, because I've got to do the tests first. All right, what do we got here? Unit tests, constructor validation, Oracle price calculations, security tests. Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be more fun to see the UI. Hopefully we can get there. This looks good. Yes, and manually approve edits. Okay, so basically, I think we can just kind of raw dog it onto a mainnet fork, right? Because all of these kind of dependencies that we have, like Pith, actually Pith has testnet stuff too. It also has Aborean testnet stuff. I just don't know the addresses of it. Aborean UI does have a switch to testnet, but maybe we can just do it off of the mainnet addresses here. Okay, so this is our first test. It is called mox.sol. Mock wrapped ether testing. How do I move this over so you can see? There we go. Mock pengu. Okay. Mock pith. Sure. Mock router. Okay, this looks fine. Yep. Sweet. So while that's happening in the background, let's have a little look. I'm just gonna kind of let it do its thing in the background here. Yeah, what I was looking at yesterday after stream was like these components. Oh, these are sick. With these templates, because I was considering like what the UI is gonna look like. That is cool. Ooh. Ooh. Damn, these are nice. That's really cool. Okay. Some of these components. Yo, Boxer, what's up? Tuning in just for the Easter eggs. Hopefully none today. I didn't mean to yesterday, so we'll see. This is kind of dope. Maybe I'll use this. I really like this. All right, what do we got going back here? Vault unit.t. So these are unit tests. What do we got here? Setup. Set initial pool price. What the fuck? Set oracle. Okay. This looks fine. Just testing like mocks and stuff. That looks fine to me. Damn, this background is nice. I'm gonna use this. Maybe let's make like a little dock of stuff that we're gonna use for the front end. I kind of like this. I'm just gonna leave it open. What else do we have? Shadcyan blocks. Let's check this out. Browse blocks. Yeah, I think this is the one I was actually looking at. Yeah, this is it. Some of these are pretty nice because we're gonna use this for the front end. I'm just thinking like, what does it actually look like? Ooh. I don't think we need any like crazy homepage. We can basically just drop users straight into the page where you can deposit into the vault, and maybe like a little explanation on the side. This is kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of janky. Oh, that was kind of cool. Maybe this is cool. Some smooth animations. Whoops. Oh, that's cool. Interesting. So we can combine some of these. I think the layout that we want, sorry for the flashbang, for the app is gonna be like, I mean, the core components, sorry, I'm just managing the tests in the background here. What's this? Vault security test. Test inflation attack prevented by min deposit. Test donation attack. Test reentrancy. Test flash loan. Test stale oracle. Low confidence oracle. Sure. Seems good to me. You have 1K followers? How many do I have? 300. Nice. So our front end, basically you're going to be able to deposit into the vault. And I kind of want like some statistics of how much is being deposited. Is the stream crashing? Is it? Is something wrong with it? Yeah, let me know if it is. Seems okay to me, but let me know if there's an issue. The idea that I have is like maybe some CODs. Stream is good? Okay, sweet, thank you. The amount of money deposited. And we can have like a big number ticker. What else? It'd be cool to see how much ABX we've earned. I don't know if we'll have access to that. Maybe. So these are the fuzz tests. I mean, this seems like overkill, but whatever. Sounds good. Just thinking about our UI here. The amount deposited would be nice to know for people. The amount of votes we have would be cool to know. Like ABX voted. It's crashing now. It's okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me know. The amount of ABX we've used to vote. That would be pretty dope. And then, yeah, we can easily pull that from the NFT. What else do we have? We have maybe like APR. I don't know if we can even get that. The liquidity pool APR. That'll be cool. And then yeah, we can use like the beams. I'm just gonna paste this thing in the background here. This is the joys of what is Claude trying to do here? Vault fork. I guess this looks good. We can review it afterwards. I just want to make sure the core logic of our contracts work. So the UI, I think this kind of structure looks pretty good to me. Like on the left side, we have these CODs statistics. Ooh, that's kind of cool. And then on the right side, we have your... The thing is, we're going to need deposit and withdraw. I think we could probably do like a toggle between deposit and withdraw on the right-hand side. Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know what information we want to display. I think that's a general vibe of what I want to build, though. Because I mean, it's pretty simple actually. Like, we just want to show how much is in the vault. And for users, like, what's the incentive to deposit into the vault? Like, if we screenshot this, actually, I have an idea. What if we do like 2 screens? We could do like a bento box type thing. I think there's a bento grid, yeah. Something like this would be kind of cool. I'm gonna screenshot that as well. Where it's like cards on the top, and then on the bottom we have sections for deposit into vault and withdraw from vault. I don't know if that makes sense. We'll see. We can kind of vibe it out and see like what we like. But that's the general idea that I have. So our tests are cooking in the background. What do we got going on here? We have helpers, vault fork, vault fuzz, vault integration, vault unit, vault security. Okay, seems pretty good. Create documentation and run instructions. Let's see if these actually work. Oh, it's so cool, these components. Maybe we can do something like this. Oh, we could also use... Yeah, I don't know. I have a couple ideas for what we could do on the front end. Well, let's see. We're doing tests right now. I need to lock in on the tests. So this is documentation for the tests. I don't really need that, but that's fine. I guess that's what Claude likes to do. Okay, so let's try this. So we go into our... Let's see if these even compile, first of all. Whoa, what was that? Okay. Forge, build, ZK sync. Oh, wrong directory. Okay, it's not a good start. When's this comment on your post? Yeah, that's pretty cool. The fugs. What is this saying? A little custom fug? Yeah, that's pretty fire. With the keyboard as well. Alright, let me try run this again. There is a whole lot of errors. I'll just let it figure that out itself. Yes. Oh, the keyboard's a trait? Yeah, that's perfect. Is the blindfold and stuff a trait? I guess the hat might be a trait yet too. I have no idea what this is doing. I guess you can't console log. No, it didn't work. There's a whole lot of errors. Try again. It errors. Karina, what's up? GM. Yeah, we're just trying to fix our contracts here, run some tests, and then, yeah, I was planning on doing like a little bit of a front-end planning. Looking at what the UI is going to look like, so I was kind of drafting up some stuff here. But I don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet. We can maybe do like a toggle between deposit and withdraw. Basically, I want users to be able to select like a token that they want to deposit into the vault. This should be a connect wallet button. Whoa! I don't know what that was. Deposit into the vault, and yeah, maybe there's like a toggle where you can withdraw from the vault as well. Not exactly sure. So now we're just trying to fix up our contracts with Claude here. Hopefully it's not doing something stupid. You like the idea? Yeah, hopefully it's... We can start with something simple and then go from there. Ugh. Override owner to match both, whatever. It's just erroring over and over again. Lovely. Yo, block cap, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. What do we have here? Bruh. Okay, it's fine. I'm literally just accepting. I think I might turn auto accept so this can just fix itself. Yes. Yep. Yeah, I just need this to compile. And then we can actually run our tests. I haven't played blockcap.io yet. No, I don't think so. Is it good? What is it? A game? Yo, Nick, what's up? Welcome. Same as Minecraft? Let me check this out. Still not checking DMs? Oh, I was supposed to check your message. I'm sorry. I'll catch up on them today. Man, there's so many errors that this is fixing. Abscroft. I'm checking blockcap in the background here. I'm gonna burn through all my Claude credits quickly here. It's not looking good. Maybe I should use cursor. Deco, what's up? Lulu, what's up? This is like, I'm just playing blockcap on the side here. Is it like a shooter? Like Minecraft? Alright, what's going on here? Did it actually work? Let me not burn through all my credits and actually just run this build myself here. Wrong freaking directory. Press F to craft. Oh, interesting. Okay, so our stuff actually compiled. Now if we run the tests, what happens? Stack too deep. I have no idea what that means. Well, I know what it means, but I don't know how to fix it. Bruh. Accidentally closed that thing here. Okay, it compiles. Now try test and see the error. It's about stack too deep. Open world MMO game, we can do pretty much anything. Adding Pokemon and Megabunk into it this week right now. There's a forge system like Halo. Okay. There's a lot going on. Yeah, I'll give it a try properly after the stream. Or maybe we can do it later in the stream. Yo, what's up, Saucy? I didn't mean to cancel that. Compiler, oh my god, dude. The joys. If this fixes it, I'm gonna be pretty surprised. No way it actually worked. It's taking its sweet time. It's doing something, that's for sure. So much anticipation. I feel like it's stuck. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, it's not stuck. It actually did it. This is all fine. This is it's not a problem, these errors. Or these warnings, sorry. So it compiles. That's good. Might commit that. And then, how do I test? It compiles. I just rerun. I think I'm literally gonna run out of Claude credits in like, like 5 minutes. I've been burning through them this morning. I might have to swap to Cursor. Interesting. That looks lovely. This looks lovely. Debug slot has wrong value. What the fuck? Let me create a summary document. I don't want a summary document. Fuck you mean a summary document? Bruh. That is a horrendous looking error, I'm not gonna lie. This is a bug. Nice, dude. Failed obtaining bootloader debug info. Probably bootloader slop map. I can't even say it. Slop mapping? Slot mapping. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Okay. How about we do the old forge clean. And run it back. And then I go to the toilet and hope it works. I'll be back in 1 minute. Chat, we have bad news. It did not work. The old toilet strategy did not work. Debug slot has wrong value. What could that possibly mean? Debug slot has wrong value. If I Google this, does anything show up? Nope. If I go to this URL, does not exist. Transaction oh, here we go. This is the real error. Transaction execution halted. Account validation error. Not enough balance for fee. So that's a real error. Transaction executed halted. Account validation error. Not enough balance of fee plus value. So one of our accounts in our tests, I guess, doesn't have enough money. I think you are wrong. Look at the real error. This means one of our accounts does not have the required funds. Alright? Please think harder to identify the real solution. Just gotta tell him to think harder sometimes. I'm not even kidding. I actually made a video about this. Anthropic has a blog post. Yeah, I'll pull it up in the background. Literally, I feel like this is slept on knowledge. This paragraph here. If you literally just tell it, like, these specific phrases are mapped directly to increasing levels of thinking budget in the system. So if you tell it to think, it's like basic. If you tell it to think hard, think harder, it literally tries harder to actually come up with a solution. Ultra think is like the top level, where it just burns like all of your tokens, but thinks really hard. It spends a lot more time. So sometimes you legit just have to tell it to think harder, and it actually works. Sometimes it'll be going off on ChatGPT. The thing is, I feel like it doesn't work. Like if you get mad, it doesn't actually help. It depends on the model. Like if you're using Gemini, it like gets really upset at itself and not being able to solve your problems. But if you're using Claude, it doesn't help. Like if you get mad at Claude, he's just like doesn't care, bro. Pretty sure ChatGPT and Grok think I have special needs. It's okay. Probably all of us. Like, if you see my ChatGPT history, man, I hope no one ever sees that. Shit is embarrassing. That's why I have this this guest browser, so you guys don't see my search history. Dude, it actually worked. Literally just think harder. Just think harder. It's that simple. That's crazy. It's like completely gives up and you just tell it to think harder and it fucking works. That's wild. Bro, I keep doing that. Yeah, I feel like that's an underrated hack. Like it actually works. That's the thing. Like if you're stuck with ChatGPT or any model, especially Claude, I just use Claude Code for most things. It does burn through your tokens, but if you say ultra think or like think harder like I just did, it actually does help a lot for more complex stuff. Now, I haven't actually seen if it works or not. It could just be making shit up. Yeah, I wish my brain worked like that. Let's see if it actually worked. It could have just lied to me. Man, these tests take a long time. Bro, it just lied. It didn't even fucking work. Oh, hang on a minute. 8 passed. What is this, like... Okay, well, at least some of them are running. It is progress. So what did it say? Tests are now executing. 16 out of 19 passing in Vault unit. How many tests has this guy written? Ran 14 tests, ran 19 tests. Most of them are passing. So we have 10 pass, 4 fail, 16 pass, 3 fail, 8 pass, 4 fail, and then it just like shits the bed and fucking dies. Prints whatever this is. I don't think that is the real issue. So I think I'm probably just gonna paste this in and say you need to fix this stuff. Let me hide the... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let me hide this and say, let's systematically work through these broken tests now. These are the full logs of which ones... I'll move this over for you. Which ones worked and which ones failed and why. There's a lot of tests. I didn't realize we wrote that many. I kind of just want to auto accept these. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of have no idea what's going on in that tests. But we'll see. What could possibly go wrong? Instead of using Uniswap for the math in the vault, we need the mock return the store amounts with the vault calls. Okay, this guy's just yapping. Let me actually read this because I feel like it's pretty important. Okay. Never used Claude, need to check it out. Oh, you're using Unity, nice. Yeah, I would definitely check out Claude Code. I was using Cursor and like ChatGPT or the GPT models. I haven't Haven't played around with them lately. But yeah, Claude Code it's expensive. Like, I think it's like $20 a month or something, but it's really good. You do run out kind of quick though. Run out of tokens, I mean. I'm paying for Claude Code, ChatGPT, and I think I have a Procursor subscription right now. So like, I'm probably wasting money, but yeah, I just use ChatGPT for like personal stuff, generating like stupid images. I really like the voice stuff on ChatGPT mobile, especially if you're doing like random stuff like cooking, because I have no idea how to cook, so I'll just sit in the kitchen on the phone with ChatGPT and ask like stupid questions that are too embarrassing to ask to people. Yo, Raro, yeah, we got more coding. Same as yesterday, but hopefully making some more progress. Still at the basics. Yeah, I think depends, like, I mean, there's a good way to use these AI tools to like learn. I think they actually even have like learning mode for students and stuff now on some of these models like Claude. I'm pretty sure it's a good way to learn. I've learned a bit. I knew how to do it before, but yeah, I have learned a lot of things just from using this stuff, like learning new ways to do things. Once we get these tests, I feel like this is pretty boring content right now, like watching AI fix my tests. But I really want to get this working so I know like the core flows work. Especially these integration tests. So basically what this does is like, this is our core flow where a user, what is this doing? Yeah, deposits into the vault. So you basically deposit into the vault, check how many shares that you get, check that the vault actually deposited the stuff into Aborean, and that the vault gets the NFT for doing that. I think that's what that test is doing. Yo, DCD. We're building a vault. So people can deposit money into this vault, and the vault deposits everyone's money into the Aborean liquidity pool. So the liquidity pool is for Pengu and ETH. And basically the way that Aborean works is you deposit money into the liquidity pool, and people vote on which liquidity pools should get the ABX tokens as rewards. And my plan is we create this vault and we earn all those ABX tokens and we use them to vote for our pool. So the Pengu ETH pool. And then we just accumulate more and more ABX and keep voting for ourselves in the Pengu pool. So the APR of the Pengu pool is like more and more and more, and we just keep getting more and more money. Keep voting for ourselves in the pool. So it's kind of like an experimental flywheel. Okay, so now what do we got here? Current test results, vault unit tests, remaining 4 failures. Bro, that's not 4, that's 2, 3, 4, 8. What? We need to fix the tests. Please try to fix them one by one and test each individual. Patiently waiting for the next leak. Hopefully none today. I don't know what I'll leak. Yesterday's one was pretty funny. Please try to fix them one by one and test each individual one by running applying a fix. Don't do anything stupid like temporary fixes or placeholders or security vulnerabilities. Think about it and apply a real fix. Verify your fix by testing the individual test via the CLI. Not into who's deving what. You're also building Portal. No, I'm not like the core dev team. We have like a core engineering team that's working on Portal 2.0 and other things as well. So me, I'm kind of like external facing, and like helping other people build applications, creating the resources for devs to build on Abstract and stuff like that. That's my main role. So it's kind of like mixed between dev and I leak one thing if you leak. Yeah, it's kind of like mix of DevRel and mix of dev and like ecosystem. I actually don't even know what this is doing. Is it just trying to fix it? Let's see. We can come back and review this stuff. I just kind of want to get it to work. First of all. Is coding today all the time so much AI? Probably not as much as I'm doing. I'm just kind of building it for fun, so and Solidity is not like my strong suite. But yeah, there's a lot of like assistance. Some of the engineers prefer not to use it at all, just to like be locked in. But yeah, for me, I love using it just because it's like, yeah, I don't take it that seriously. I mean, for this kind of thing, like you'll probably want some audits and stuff to make sure it's not going to lose everyone's money. But yeah, for like little projects like this, I think it's pretty fun. The thing about it is, I could basically do this. I could do this myself. I'm just telling it what I would do. Like for example, I know that these tests are broken for whatever reasons. Like the thought process that I would have as a human is like, look at each one individually, like understand what's going wrong. For example, this test is broken. Let me first understand what's going wrong, and then find the issue. So you can see like this is the bug that it found, and this is the fix that it applies, and then rerun the test to make sure it works. It's pretty much exactly what I would do. I'm not doing it myself. So it just speeds you up. I think you do get a bit of slop sometimes, especially if you're not prompting properly. But yeah, I've done this a bit. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. for you? Yeah, it's like 11 a.m. for me. But yeah, I should, my plan is to like start getting up a bit earlier and start streaming. Yeah, get some sleep though. GN. Okay, so test 3 is fixed. I live in Sydney, in Australia. So yeah, it's a terrible time zone. It's like the worst time zone ever. What the error message is confusing, which should pass. Let me look carefully. Okay. Yeah, good night. Yeah, thanks for stopping by at 2 a.m. What is this saying? It's assert less than its failure. Trace shows. Man, I'm not going to read that for now. Okay. So it's basically fixed each of the tests. I'm gonna skip this because it's gonna burn a lot of tokens, so I'm just gonna do it myself. It's gonna take a while, but we'll see what happens. What? Paste that output in here. This is the result of Forge test zk sync. Okay, it breaks with fuzz tests apparently. No, I don't want a summary document, bro. Do I even need fuzz tests? Like, what if I just comment this out? Okay, I can just run it again. Whoops. Okay, that passed. Very nice. Looking good. Yeah, maybe it just doesn't like our fuzz testing. Not sure why. Is this gonna print something for us? So which ones is it running? It's running integration, security, and unit. And what do we have? Integration, security, unit, fuzz, and fork. Okay, so right now it's probably forking mainnet, which is taking a while. That's why my computer's like, sounds like it's about to blow up. There's a command that actually makes this a lot quicker. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a block argument. If we go to abscan, and we also look up Forge forgetting Sarah Marshall. What is that? Anyway. What was I looking up? Forge test docs. I'm looking for a fork argument here. Fork block number. This is the one I'm looking for. Because I think the fork, it actually takes the entire chain. And it takes a really long time to run. So if we just get the latest block. This one. Pretty sure I can tell that to AI. Okay, it seems good without fuzz testing. Let's just say I commented it out. The Vault integration, security, and unit tests all pass. Now, I think it's stuck on fork testing. It's taking a long time because we're forking the entire chain. And it all didn't work. Actually, it just failed. And they all reverted. Can you please try it instead with a, what did we call it? It was fork block number of, what's the latest block? 21767376. This is going to confuse it. All of the integration security unit tests all pass. However, all the fork tests fail with generic EVM error revert. I think we are taking too long because we're forking the entire chain from the beginning. Let's try this. Basically, these tests are trying to run against like the actual state of mainnet. Okay, so it accepts a block number, which is nice. Yes, I would like to change that. Yeah, basically this is trying to like say, let's get the state of abstract mainnet and run some tests as if we were on mainnet, with like the current state of mainnet, if that makes sense. So basically like looks at all the contracts, all the balances of mainnet, takes that into account, and then runs tests against that. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. This session is being continued. Oh, we run out of context. Fuck. I'll run the fork test with a specific block number to verify. Okay, let's try this. Running out of context is kind of shitty though. Hopefully this works. Because basically this is testing. We have these integrations with Pyth to get like the on-chain price of Pengu and ETH into our contract. And this mainnet fork testing is kind of important to check if we actually can get the prices. It's taking a sweet time though. I have a feeling it's not going to work. It's good that everything else works though. We have integration, we have security and unit. But these are all like mocking. None of it's actually interacting with the real stuff. This takes forever. Feel like it looks good though. Kind of tempted to just ship it. I need these testnet addresses if we want to do it on testnet. This is taking so long. I wonder if it's actually working. Kind of want to run. Oh, there we go. Fail, 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 fail. Okay. Took 2.5 minutes. Fucking hell, bro. Let me try a single test with more verbose output to see the actual error. Okay. You can try that. Think while that's happening, let's try and cook on the front end a little bit. Because this is just taking like, okay, never mind. It actually didn't take that long. Maybe it's like cached now. Oh my god, okay, it's pretty detailed. Let's see what it comes up with. I can see the issue the vault is successfully swapping with to penguin, then call slot 0 on the pool, which succeeds. The next step after that is likely tick math to calculate ticks. That's where it's reverting. Let me check the tick math library. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what that means. The price is valid. The issue might be that tick math assembly code isn't supported. That's not true, I don't think. What do you mean you can't access it? File isn't actually modified in Git. Chill. The issue is the ZK error VM doesn't support assembly blocks in tick math. Let me check. What are we doing here? Actually, wait, I just realized the issue. Looking back at the trace, the deposit is calling the basic volatile pool, not the concentrated liquidity pool. The router is automatically routing to the volatile pool instead of the CL pool. Problem is that when factory address 0, the router uses the default factory, which creates / finds a basic volatile pool, not the CL pool. Yo, Chow Ming, GM. Day 2 of vibe coding. Any alpha today? Hopefully not. If anything, everything goes to plan. Hopefully no alpha today. That is not... There's no docs on the abstract. There's no info about Aborean on those docs. Don't try to check for it. Currently swapping to get 50-50 value, but for CL we need to calculate the exact ratio needed for our tick range. So let me check liquidity amounts library. This is mad confusing. See the issue now? The correct approach for CL positions... Hold up. Kind of useful to have docs on Aborean. Yeah, we should definitely add these contracts in there. It's not fucking failing because of... This guy's solution is just disable it, bro. No. Don't just disable it. That is fucking dumb. What are you talking about? That the assembly is not supported. Please check these docs. We actually do have this in the docs. We have like what opcodes and stuff is not supported. EVM differences, EVM opcodes. Let's give it these docs. Copy this. Best practices, let's copy this. It literally just tried to disable all of them as the fix. So what is this saying? You're absolutely right. I apologize for jumping to conclusions. Let me investigate the real issue. The deposit successfully wrapped ETH, approves router, swaps wrapped ETH to Pengu through the volatile pool, which is wrong. Okay. Let's try this. I feel like if we get this right, we're actually ready. Hopefully I can fix this. Okay. What is slot 0? I literally don't know what that is. What is this trying to do? That's it. The pool slot 0 already returns a current tick as the second return value. Okay. I'm gonna pretend I know what that means. Pretend to know what that means, exactly. Yeah, this... I'm not familiar. I mean, the stuff that it's talking about is like really deep Uniswap stuff. It's talking about like square roots to figure out like... Yeah, I'm not familiar with how it actually works under the hood. This is like my first time doing this DeFi type of like deep DeFi project. I'm not really familiar how like liquidity pools actually work on a super technical level, so I'm just kind of trusting what it says here. Yo, GM. Okay, at least it tested and it failed for EVM error revert. Okay. Didn't make any progress then. Still failing right after. The issue must be in the next line. And after we get the tick, let me check what happens. Alright, I'm just gonna let him cook here. See what he comes up with. Alright. Figuring out the issue. Sounds good. Let's see. This is like the most boring part of building these things, is these little issues. Okay. Anything Aborean is interesting to me now. Yeah, hopefully we can create something cool here. I think this part of building is got to do it, but yeah, this part is a little boring. Where you're just kind of fixing little things. I don't understand the issue. Okay. What is this function doing? Okay. I don't know if it's... Let's see. I'm letting it cook here, but let's see. Fork deposit, real pool. Still failed. It doesn't tell it why. Okay, it's literally just gonna go line by line and see where it breaks. I guess it's a good strategy. That's a slow strategy, but we'll figure out what's going wrong. They were raising one line at a time, pretty much. It's basically just going through seeing where it gets to and where it's breaking. So like this is basically stopping the code here, and it worked. And now it's going into the next thing and seeing if it reaches there. So you can see now it's like the issue is inside calculate tick range. It's basically just finding where the thing breaks. It's kind of boring to watch, but I guess it works. This is pretty much the only way I can think of, like, actually figuring out what's going wrong here. Because the logs are pretty useless. It's literally just saying, like, EVM error. It's not very helpful. Doesn't seem to give us a real reason. Not the coding I learned years ago. This is the timeless strategy. Going line by line, seeing what's broken. Can't wait to get to the front end stuff though. This is taking its sweet time. Okay, failed. I'm just hoping that it figures out where it's broken. What's the end product? Basically, let me swap over to this real quick while this does it in the background. That's not true, but anyway. Basically, so Aborean has these liquidity pools that you can deposit, right? So it has like multiple liquidity pools. The one that we're going to use is one for Pengu and Wrapped ETH. And basically, the user can either deposit directly into this, but we're going to build like a middle layer called a vault. And the user is going to deposit into our vault. And our vault is going to deposit into this. And the reason we're going to do that is because Aborean rewards the liquidity providers with ABX token for depositing liquidity in here. And you can use that to vote on what pools should get more ABX. So our loop is going to be users deposit into the vault deposits into the liquidity pool, it gets the ABX as a reward, and then votes for this pool to get more ABX, which we use to vote for this pool, which gets more ABX, which we use to vote. And it's like a flywheel of basically getting more and more ABX, using that to vote to get our liquidity pool to get more ABX tokens, is kind of the general idea. So where we're at right now is we have this is not looking good, but basically where we're at right now is we have the vault contract, and this morning in this stream we've been creating these tests to actually see if the core logic works. So basically the flows, we're going to make these tests. All the integration stuff works, so the core flows work, all the security tests work, and just little unit tests. What I'm trying to do now is like test against actually what abstract mainnet looks like. So basically pulling abstract mainnet down and checking if it will actually work with like real prices, real liquidity pools. That is what we're doing. So I'm just trying to figure out why our tests against abstract mainnet are not working. All failing at the same gas usage or with the same generic event. This is very suspicious. So, it can't figure out what's wrong. What if... Get rid of this. And we say... Oops. Clear. I basically want forge, test, zk sync, this one. Vault fork test. What is going on here? zk sync match contract vault fork test, and we pass in dash dash fork URL. That's gonna be the mainnet RPC, which is this, and then just realized I'm blocking it. We're going to do fork what's the block number? This one. Fork block number. And paste that in. Okay. So it definitely compiles. What does that mean? Relative URL without a base. Okay. Pretty sure. If we change this, basically capturing voting rights for pools via communal ownership. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a perfect explanation. I don't know what the fuck this is talking about. Maybe I need to put this in strings? Okay, now we're just getting EVM error revert. All with the same gas. Do I need more gas? Is everything ABX going to voting? It's the initial plan I had was going to sell half of it for votes. Sorry, sell half and keep half of votes. But right now it's just 100% going to votes. Yeah, I was thinking of like balancing if we should sell some to increase the rewards on the vault, or if we should just use it all for voting, which I think is kind of funny. I want to do, maybe if I increase gas or something. Why would it revert? EVM error revert. Maybe GPT-5. Why would it EVM error revert? First, all for voting like initial invest, and as payment to community sell. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe we can change the strategies like halfway through. Kind of like that. I'm just trying see if we can get different models to figure out why this is not working. It doesn't explain anything. If I do verbose. It looks like everything's green. Hold up, what? I should have just done one, I think. Like, look at this. Everything's green, and then it just says, like... and then it just decides to break. It's actually deposit that is not working. Oh, it's red, right? Everything else is green. It's just deposit. Every instance of deposit is red. I'm going to assume that's not good. Deposit. I'm going to ask Claude here as well. Run one of my Vault Fork tests. You risk owning the small pools, which would be bad if looking to sell ABX, but great if looking to max stake ABX rewards. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was considering a couple different options of like, because I don't really want it to sell ABX. I kind of want it to be like synergizing with ABX. And this is the thing that I came up with. I kind of shared it on Twitter and saw the comments. I was like, yeah, if you just vote for everything, you still keep the swap fees. It's like not as high of an APR. And then you can just use the ABX to like recycle it back into votes, which goes back into ABX, goes back into votes, which is a bit more interesting than just selling the ABX in my opinion. But I didn't want it to be like... just dumping ABX as a way to get money, because then if it's actually dumping a lot, then it's not even worth it, because you're just nuking the price of your own rewards to the pool. So I think keeping the ABX locked is pretty interesting. All right, what does this guy come up with? That is not helpful. Yeah. Yeah, we could do other pools as well. I just wanted to try with Pengu first. I need to use ZK Sync for it. Not using that is not an option. All right, what do I want to say? Run one of my tests with high level of verbosity with forge test ZK Sync on the fork URL. What's the command that I ran? This one. For example, but with a specific test, not all of those tests. It seems like, for example, this one, it looks all green except for Aborean Vault Deposit, which is red. E.g. here. I want you to figure out why it is not working. E.g. here's the full logs. Yeah, we got the F1. I tried to open the F1 Shui in gold like 8 times. And I finally got it. This is the gold Shui. All right, what does he come up with? Man. Reverts without any error message after calling slot 0. Bub Cuddles, what's up? Yeah. Perfect one for an Australian. Perfect PFP. Man, if we can just get past this little error, I feel like we're cooking. All of our other tests are passing. All the other tests are passing. Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, I see you guys. Just reading what's going on. Really want this to get to work. I just can't figure out what's going wrong here. What is slot 0? What does that mean? I got 2 AIs on the case and we can't figure it out. There's hope for humanity. What is this guy cooking over here? All right. Let me try this. Maybe ChatGPT is cooking on the right hand side, yeah. Let's see. Let's see if ChatGPT is better than Claude. Please. Please, please, please. Fix it. Make no mistakes. Slot 0 is a first storage slot. What's the error? Hold up. 1 second. Yeah, they all failed. Fuck my life. Slot 0 is a first storage slot. What's the error? The thing is, I have no idea what the error is. I'm gonna stop this guy. Claude seems to be cooking something here. Now I'm just worried that this is... How do I revert back? I'm gonna control Z. Okay. Make this change. Make this change. So, slot 0, I was trying to look it up in the background. I think it's some Uniswap thing. Slot 0 is a packed version of solidity structure. Using the packed version saves gas by not storing the structure fields in memory slots. But I don't know what the error is. I'm hoping Claude can figure it out though, so I don't have to use my brain. Okay, he's cooking something. I like vibe coding, it's like life, I've got no idea. Yeah, I just don't know this level of depth. Like the inner workings of Uniswap, which is kind of what we're stuck on. So the thing is, I actually don't even know what's wrong. Because all of our tests work, I'm just trying against real data. You can do it, Claude. Nope, he can't do it. He can't do it. He failed. He's doing something. I feel like we're close, I'm not gonna lie. I can feel it in my gut here. Do you have the data being pulled from your own files or live data feed? What data? What do you mean? Come on, Claude, you can do it. You can do it. Fuck, failed. Okay, it's cooking something. Throwing shit at the wall here. You're trying to run the script. So basically what I'm doing is all my tests work except the ones that I run against mainnet. So like the actual state of the chain, it doesn't like when I do that. So like all in my local environment works fine, but when I tell it to simulate mainnet state, I can't get any of them to run. Which is a bit of a problem. I was hoping we could push this through this morning, so we could work on the UI, but let's see. If it's live data or not when you try to use it chain data. Yeah, so this is live data. Yep. What's up with abs today? Some PvP showing error. If it's glitched like that, you just reset your profile picture on your profile and it fixes itself. Yeah, I had to do that this morning. I don't know what happened. Computer upset, Claude confused. Exactly. It's basically the TLDR. Yeah, yours is not showing for me to be you. Slot 0 returns successfully, but then the test reverts. This means... What? What does this mean? This means the tuple unpacking is failing. Once again, I have no idea what that means. I know what a tuple is. Oh my god. We might actually be onto something here. Might actually be onto something, chat. He's cooking. He's doing something. He's doing something. I would have never figured this shit out on my own. If this works, I'll be fucking amazed. I have a feeling it's not going to. I have a very strong feeling it's not going to work. I'm not a believer right now. Very strong feeling it's not going to work. Did find something though. Okay, we're building. Combobulating. Wish I had like you know those like Twitch chat prediction markets? I gotta open a prediction market. Is this gonna work? Cools the Claude. Please. Open your bets, chat. Yes or no, is it gonna work? Opening Myriad. Come on. It's doing something. No. Okay, wait. It says excellent progress. Now the slot 0 call works, so we can see whatever this means. About to call mint appeared, so the revert is now happening during the mint. Let me get more detailed traces. Okay. Okay. If you say so. Does that count as a prediction market win? It didn't fail with the same thing. On to the next, exactly. The issue likely that the actual slipstream position manager uses a different parameter, order, or structure. Okay. Hang on. What are you doing? Chill. Chill. I can give you the contract. Just tell me the address. Yeah, true. The Aborean slipstream manager. Okay, let's look this up. Where did we go? Here we are. Ab scan. Boom. Alright, what do you need? Claude, what do you need? What do you need, buddy? Oh, the contract file. Yes, if we can share the actual non-fungible position manager contract source code. Okay, I can do that for you, buddy. We have that right here. Boom. Boom. There you go. Now I can see the issue. Bro, you already changed that. I literally already had that before and it's just fucking undoing what it did. Okay, whatever. Like it's literally undoing. Okay, whatever. We already did this. We're just undoing what we did. Bro. Okay, I trust the process. Session limit reached. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. There's no fucking way. No fucking way. Let's try this. Maybe have some credits lying around. It was right there. Literally edge. Man, I have no fucking credits. I'm gonna have to buy some credits. I can't leave it hanging like that. Bruh. Bruh. 2 p.m.? That's an hour and a half. Man. We were so close, I feel like. I should have bet on no. Oh, shit. Alright, see you at 2BU. Do I buy credits? Alright, fuck it. I'll buy $5 of credits. It's pretty funny. Alright, let me put this in here. Let me make sure I'm not leaking my my shit here. Okay, you can't see the form, right? I think we're chilling. Okay, we should have some credits loading up. Boom. Okay. Resume. Fuck you mean session limit reached? Anthropic console. Authorize. Okay, resume. No. Maybe I restart it. What happens when someone wants his share of ABXs? You won't get them. So the ABX will be locked and used for voting. So you kind of sacrifice your ABX. Why is this not working? Log out. I'm already logged in. Test. So you're kind of sacrificing your... Why can't I already paid for credits. Why does this not work? You basically sacrifice your ABX. And it goes to voting. So some people will like to vote anyway for their pools. So you basically give it up to vote for the pool, which means you'll get more APR because of the ABX. You could sell that position on... You could sell that position you own in the vault. Sell that position you own in the vault. Like if you... That's a good point, actually. Like if you get the NFT, you could sell it, I guess. It's a good point. Something to think about. My initial plan was just to put it all into one NFT and keep increasing it. But maybe, yeah, maybe we can do multiple NFTs, one each user or something like that. Man. Why does this not work? Session limit reached. But sir, I have tokens. Sir, I have tokens. Why is this not working? Like shares of the vault. Yeah, so you'll be able to get, like, you own the, basically you get a token back, like an ERC20 token. So every time you deposit, you get like a token in exchange. And you can cash out those tokens to get your money back. Plus, hopefully some more money, because the vault should be making money off the trading fees from the liquidity pool. That's the idea anyway. So hopefully your money goes up if you deposit into the vault, because the APR should be high on the Pengu pool, and should be getting some good trading fees from it. Damn. Really wanted to close this out, but that sucks. I thought I used to be able to log in and select, like, maybe if I do Claude AI subscription. Yo, Shaz, what's up? You can make it into a cute NFT. Coinbase buys you. That's the dream. I'll take a few less million than Kobe. I only need like 5 million. I'm humble enough for that. Okay, we actually PSC. What the hell is that? What is PSC? What are we doing here, my G? We were coding, but now I've run out of credits, so I might have to take a break. It's coming back in 90 minutes, so maybe we'll come back, have some lunch. I mean, we are making progress. At least these are failing with a real error now. I don't know what PSC means. Let's see. And maybe we call it for the morning and we come back. Actually, is one of them passing? No. Oh, it's only ran one test suite. One test passed. Which one passed? None of them. Okay, I don't know. Damn. What do you mean you ran out of credits? So basically we're coding with AI, and you get like certain amount of messages. The privacy test? Which one is a privacy test? You get a certain amount of credits to spend on the AI models, like every couple hours, and I ran out because I was spamming it so much. Is that the one? The privacy test is the one that it made just to see if it worked? ChatGPT is good, but it was like cooking, and I was like in the middle of something, and then now it's run out of credits, which sucks. So I kind of wanted to let it continue. So I think we might take a break. I'm getting kind of hungry right now, anyway. Could import it. That's true. We could swap it over. Maybe I can copy paste this into like Cursor or something. So let's give it a try. I'm gonna copy all this. my other AI conversation ran out halfway through. Can you pick it up? Let me save all this. Whip. Boom. Let's do that. Based on these previous messages. And continue. Yeah, keep using the free credits, exactly. Or maybe I could just swap to Claude. Oh, we can try GPT. I need to move down our thing here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, I am going to go pee quickly though. Be back in like a couple minutes while this cooks in the background here. Okay, chat. We're back. Still struggling on this same thing here. Trying to get this test to work on these smart contracts. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. What's going on? Oh my god, it actually worked. Hang on a minute. That one actually worked. Yes. Yes, rerun the whole suite. Okay, that one works, which is a good sign. Did something. Definitely did something. Let's move this over here. Basically what I'm doing, if you just joined, is we have our vault that we're building. And we're just running the tests. So basically all our tests work except the ones that run against abstract mainnet. So like the real data coming in, the prices of prices from the oracles and real liquidity values, stuff like that. It's basically what we're trying to get to work. I think we're pretty close. But let's see. Okay, what does PSC mean? That seems like a horrible idea. What? No. Stop. What? What the fuck are you doing? That is so stupid. Isn't it? That means we accept any amount of slippage. Maybe that is... What is PSC? Is there any way I can search that? Implement robust slippage mins based on the expected consumed amounts at current pool price using liquidity amounts and tick maths. What is the best way of starting out coding in general? The way that I did it was you kind of just have to start with something that you're interested in. Like, you shouldn't learn coding for coding's sake. You should have like an idea that you want to bring to life. Because that keeps you motivated. Like, if you're just learning through like typical means, I think it's pretty boring. You won't keep up with it. Like, for example, when I started learning, I was like building stuff for like League of Legends analytics because I was super interested in playing League. And yeah, I just spent my own time like building projects that I thought was fun. Using like the League of Legends or the Riot Games APIs, and it taught me a lot. Like, I came a lot better at writing code that way and learning through like struggling to build that thing. So my advice would just be like, come up with something that you want to create and then go from there. You're a biologist coding a duck racing site? Insane combo. Is it really a slippage issue that we're running into here? Yeah, I think games is pretty hard to create, not gonna lie. But it is fun. I feel like everyone wants to originally like get into creating games. And then like, oh my god, this is actually really hard. And then you're like, fuck this, I'm gonna make some websites or something. At least that was what I did. Yeah, I was always into games. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna make some games. That's too hard for me. It is fun though. What is this doing? Yeah, I think that's true as well. Like having checkpoints of like, okay, I actually created this thing and shared it to the world, and if anyone's interested. And most of the first things that you create are probably gonna suck. Like, it'll be cool to you, but you know, it won't be amazing for like other people. But then you just get better and better at creating stuff, and you get faster and faster because you already learned all the lessons of creating stuff. This looks... Also, AI. I feel like you can learn a lot using AI these days. Like, I think these, there's like settings you can change it for like learning mode for students and stuff on the AI models as well. So you're actually like learning rather than just vibe coding. Asking questions and yeah, basically just working backwards from your idea. I think it's the best way to do it. Yeah, it's fucking frustrating as well. It's like super frustrating when you start. Because like a lot of things won't work and you have no idea what's going on. That shit's frustrating. But satisfying once you get past it. I mean, I have no idea what this is doing. I'm gonna trust this is good. Let's see. Yes, yes. Retry the test now. Paying you to put into the vault already? Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do once it's done because I kind of like with a contract like this, you probably want to get it audited, right? I wonder if someone will be down to like come on the stream and show me how to audit something or like review it or something. I don't know. Just know he coding out Pengu into the vault. Yeah, I don't want everyone to deposit their money and then it's like some hacker just steals everything and I'm like, oh fuck. Probably shouldn't have vibe coded it. Yeah, exactly. It's like super frustrating, and then you get like finally get past it, and then it's like so rewarding. But yeah, sometimes you're just like so frustrated. You have to push through it. Because the computer does what you tell it at the end of the day. It's just doing what you told it to do. Claude's dead, Raro. Claude gave up on me. We're on to ChatGPT now. The risks makes me feel alive. Yeah, it's not my money that I'm losing. Anyway, everyone else is depositing. Arithmetic underflow. Oh my god. Yeah, Claude's dead. He's on break for an hour. Why don't we have any Pengu staking pools for loyalty measures and reward factors on abs? You mean like for XP or something? Because you get actually I haven't checked that in a while. You get like reward multipliers or XP multipliers or something with Pengu, right? Probably would be cool if it was in liquidity pool. Not for XP, but for future perks and benefits. Yeah, I don't know. I think something to consider. There is, but like a staking contract, yeah, because otherwise you can't do anything with it, right? It's a good point. I have a question. What is your method of a fully functional project as a checkpoint and then continue working on it? I have a question. What is your method of saving a fully functional project? What do you mean? Like, when do you consider it done? Because I have a lot of projects I haven't finished as well. I'm guilty of that. No vault. Penguins are a cheap buy right now. Yeah, it would be cool. I think it's a fun experiment. I just don't want people to lose their money, so I don't know. I'm not sure what exactly I'm gonna do with it in the end. Maybe we can get some cool content of like reviewing the code or something with someone who knows what they're doing. Or maybe we can just pay for an audit. Yeah. You do get, as Saiga mentioned, you get XP for providing liquidity right now. So I think if you use the liquidity pools for Pengu, you probably... I wonder if the rewards section takes in like your liquidity of the Pengu for how much reward multiplier you get. Probably doesn't, right? Oh, right. You have the code working perfectly when you add to it. So on the left-hand side here, I have a GitHub repository. I can actually probably show you it. So I store it on this in this GitHub repo. You can actually see it if you want. You can see all the changes. But basically, whenever I'm happy, I go over here, and like you can see the changes that I've made since last time. So it's all the things I've added is in green. All the things I changed or removed are in red. Whenever I'm happy, I'll just push it up to this this repository, and then you can actually go back in time. Like if I wanted to revert to when something worked, then I could go back to this version, go back to this version. So this is what I use. It's pretty common for building. The vault solves the issue of dealing with Aborean captures of votes and can be sold on OS. Yeah, this is right now. It all goes into one big NFT because you can keep adding votes to a locked NFT. So the plan I had was everything just goes into one NFT, but then the users don't get to decide what they do with their votes that they've earned. But I feel like that makes it pretty complicated. If I do multiple NFTs, all gonna have to be voting. Whereas if I just have one NFT that's already staked. Man, GPT-5 is not cooking. It's not cooking right now. But yeah, the NFT in theory could be sold on OpenSea. I wonder what the volume of that looks like. Is anyone buying them? Man, GPT is so slow too. I'm not getting my max dopamine right now. Okay, slippage tolerance. Thinking as a vault paying you, oh no, what's my cheese? Yeah. So you'll get the rewards from... One second, sorry. You get the rewards from the trading fees that go through the pool. That will be split up. Basically, you deposit money, the money goes into the liquidity pool, and all the money that the vault earns from trading fees will get split up back between the people who deposited based on how much percentage of the total vault's value that you deposited. So you basically get a share of the vault that you can cash out anytime. But you do sacrifice the ABX. This is the only thing. So you're sacrificing a good amount of ABX rewards because those ABX rewards get used for voting for the pool. So it's kind of a trade-off. Like, you don't get your own ABX, but you get an automated position manager, because if it's out of range, the vault will put your position back in range. So you're like farming the concentrated liquidity pool rather than the full range. So you get higher APR and more trading volume without having to manually adjust it. And B, you're automatically voting for your own pool. So it's kind of like if you're like a Pengu whale or just a Pengu holder and you want the Pengu liquidity pool to have good APR from Aborean, you would be voting for it anyway. This is crazy, by the way, but let's see if it works. 20% slippage. Wait, 50%. Okay, never mind. I'm tripping. What was I saying? B is if you're already gonna vote, because some people will want Pengu to have low slippage and incentives for depositing liquidity. So if you were gonna vote for the Pengu pool anyway, this basically automates your vote to the liquidity pool. So it's kind of like an automation strategy, but you sacrifice getting your ABX tokens because they're automatically locked for you. So we'll see if anyone even wants to do it. Maybe we'll have to change it if no one's keen to miss out on the ABX. Is it failing? Wait, it paused. It paused. Is it cooking? I'm a bit concerned that it has 20% slippage. 20%? Slippage tolerance for CL Mint. CL is concentrated liquidity. So that's us depositing, right? Where does this actually get used? It's 3 a.m. Yeah, no worries, Shaz. Good night, sir. I am so lost as to what's happening here. But let's run it. Let's see if it actually passes. Okay, now run the full suite of fork tests. Sacrifice the ABX in the short run for a bigger, better pool, and in the longest run, reconsider the use. Yeah, I think that's probably the play. Is maybe have like an option to swap, because actually in Aborean there's like a phased approach where I'm sitting like a degenerate. Let's lock in. There's a phased approach where the first few months, I think it's 15 weeks, you actually have really high ABX emissions. So maybe after that period of time, fuck, 5 failed. Maybe after that period of time, we could adjust the strategy. Not sure though. So, progress. We got 9 out of 14 passing now. Do you want me to debug the 5 failing tests? Yes, I do. I do want you to fix the 5 failing tests. Please? I'm just concerned about this slippage. 20%? 20% slippage is a lot. The pool is bigger because the APR is also attractive. Will make bigger captured transaction rewards. Yeah, I think that's true. More people will go through our liquidity pool because there's very low slippage because we have so much volume. If assuming anyone deposits. And we'll distribute those trading fee rewards to the vault depositors. Is it glitching out? Yeah, let me know if it's bugging out. GPT-5 is mad slow. If only Claude liked it too, yeah. He's given up. He's back in an hour though. Kind of concerned about what GPT-5 has done here. Maybe we can have Claude review it when he comes back. Because 20% slippage, kind of fucking wild. But how much is it depositing is the question. Because if it's like 100th, then let's see. How much are we depositing? Real pool, deposit amount 1 ether. Okay, so we deposit 1 ETH. 2 ether, 3 ether, 5 ether, 95 ether. Okay, no wonder we needed the slippage. Wait, is this even used? It's not even used. Okay, never mind. 1 ether, 1 ether, 1 ether. Okay. 50 ether. Alright, I see why slippage is required here. I like the idea, yeah. Yo, GM. All right, let's see what he's cooking here. I'm gonna stage these. Not sure why they're failing. Check confidence interval. Price conf. What is this justifying? Okay, whatever. Seems good. Let's run that one. Man, I want to get onto the front end. Try and get this done. If we can do it in 3 days, I think that'll be pretty lit. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but... What pool you would think to use? The goal is to use the concentrated one because it should mean higher APR. Because we can adjust, like as soon as we detect we're out of range. It would be easier if we just did the volatile one. But if we can detect when we're out of range, we can adjust and just fix the range. So I'm trying to do the concentrated one. Did this work? Failed. Man, GPT-5 is slow. Problem with the concentrated is that you have to exit the position fully every time you adjust. Is that an issue though? Like, what's the downside of exiting and re-entering? It just might be hard, right? I think I actually already have the logic for it here somewhere. Yeah, I thought I had it somewhere. Because we have deposit, we have... maybe we don't have it yet. Deposit, yeah, I don't think we do have it. I think I swear we thought about it already though. Because you can exit the range. It's also a decently big range of like 15-20% either side. I'm kind of just learning this stuff as well. But yeah, is there any downside to exiting? You have incurred some dollar cost by buying whichever currency Penguin with went up on the range. Right. I think I get it. But the APR that I saw for the concentrated one was a lot higher than the volatile one. It's like, when I checked, it was like 200% for the volatile. Sorry, 200% for concentrated, and it was like 70% for concentrated. GPT-5 is too slow, bro. Man, I kind of want to wait for Claude to come back and resume the conversation we were having. He was cooking, and then he died. Your balance remains 50-50 of your coins. In concentrated, the pair moves one against each other. You're technically buying out one side of the pair. Yeah, I noticed that in one of my... What is this doing, by the way? I noticed that in one of my positions, that it was like buying... Hopefully I didn't mute my mic just now. I was buying... Did I just make my mic really loud? Fuck it. It looks fine. Is it loud? Let me know. Yeah, the amount that I had was changing based on the price, right? Yeah, I feel like I made my mic louder. Just right? Okay, perfect. I have no idea what this is doing. I feel like it might be better to wait for Claude. Claude seems to be cooking. This seems stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna reject this. Kind of want to reject everything that GPT has done. Because I feel like 20% slippage, whatever this did, was kind of whack. But it did work. It did fix a lot of the tests, so maybe it's not. 20% slippage tolerance. And I also did all this stuff about... calculating how much liquidity and stuff is here, which I don't really like. So I think what I'm gonna do, which club plan do you use? Just like the $20 a month one. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call it here, and we'll come back when Claude's back online. I'm gonna go eat some food. All right. Again, thank you all for watching. I think this, I was really hoping to do some of the front end stuff, but yeah, we gotta get these tests working. But I should be streaming again tomorrow. And yeah, I kind of want to stream the whole thing, so it's like a fully streamed product. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, thank you again for watching.